I get a lot of questions on my Quadrasteer system, and what even is a Quadrasteer? Why is it special? What does Quadrasteer even do? And I decided, well, I'll answer some of those questions today and kind of show what a Quadrasteer is, what it does, and how it all works. So, how does a Quadrasteer system work? Does it turn in the same direction as the front wheels, therefore crab walking, or does it turn in the opposite direction of the front wheels? Well, the answer is both. If you're going below 40 miles an hour, it'll turn in the opposite direction of the front wheels, therefore giving you a much tighter turn radius. If you're going above 40 miles an hour, it'll crab walk or turn in the same direction as the front wheels so that your lane changes and maneuvers at high speeds are smoother. It's actually quite interesting because the farther you get from 40 miles an hour, the more drastic the change in the steering of the rear is. Pretty much, if you're going 10 miles an hour, you're going to be steering very sharply in the opposite direction of the front wheels, giving you a very, very tight turn radius. If you're going about 60, 70 miles an hour, then it's going to turn pretty drastically in the same direction as your front wheels, giving you much smoother lane changes and high-speed maneuvers. How does the Quadrasteer system function? Well, you have your electric steering motor here, and then your rack and pinion steering, and then your tie rods. Then your steering knuckles. Everything else is the same as a normal vehicle. So the most common question I get asked is, how do you turn it on? Is it always on, or do you have to turn it on? And well, it's just like a four-wheel drive system. If you look here, there's a button. It says four-wheel steer right here. And if I leave it here, it says 2, here, 4, and then a little trailer icon and the 4. So why is it just blinking and not switching? Well, that would be because my wheel's not centered, my wheels are not straight, and as a safety feature, so it would not break, GM made it so that it will not switch unless the wheels are straight. And since my wheels are not straight, it's going to sit here and blink, but as soon as I straighten them out, this will turn solid and it'll turn off the 4 mode and it'll just be in 2-wheel steering mode. Or if I go down to the trailer, and it'll do that as well. Another question I get asked pretty frequently is, how do you do an alignment on a Quadrasteer? Well, the answer to that's pretty simple. You put it in 2-wheel steering mode so that the rear wheels are locked straight, and you just do it like any other vehicle, just now you have rear toe adjustments. So what are the advantages of a Quadrasteer system? Well, it has a lot more towing capacity, and obviously, you can maneuver a lot easier. For the towing, a normal 1500 non-HD extended cab, such as this one without the Quadrasteer system, has a maximum, according to Google, of 8,400 pounds towing capacity. Whereas with the Quadrasteer system, in the exact same truck, they can get up to 10,000. Pretty substantial increase. And maneuverability-wise, I don't know the exact numbers, but this thing turns tighter than my 2014 Ford Focus. If you don't know what a Ford Focus is, it's a tiny economy car. Yep, this thing turns tighter than a 2014 economy car. Under the hood, there's only one noticeable difference, and that's that there's some extra fuses back here. Now, I'd love to tell you what those fuses do, but I lost the cover, and in order to get a new one, I'm never going to find one in the junkyard, and used ones, being that it's a Quadrasteer, would cost me the sacrifice of my firstborn child. If somehow, despite the fact that YouTube seems to hate me, if you got recommended this and you're here just from YouTube, or you found this on YouTube, and you want to see a video of the Quadrasteer working, well, go check out my Instagram. One of the pinned videos, I believe, should be my Quadrasteer working from the underside while I'm driving. Well, thank you all for watching. Hopefully I helped you learn something about Quadrasteer today, and if you have any extra questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to answer as many as I can. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day.